Hi everyone, and thank you for watching our video. My name is Javiera Medel, and with my classmate Ana Provoste,
Hello.
we are going to talk about a case study focused on teaching English in a municipal school in the Biobío region in Chile. So, as an introduction, our presentation is organized into four sections. The first one, the school's background and its challenges. The second point is the role of the teacher, Mr. Zapata, and his beliefs. The third point is about the teaching strategies he uses and their impact. And the last one are the recommendations to improve the situation um, based on both international and Chilean teaching practices. So the goal of our presentation is to understand problems and suggest practical ways to make English classes more effective and also more engaging for the students. As I said before, I'm going to start with the background or context. This municipal school is located in the Biobío region, and most of the students come from family that not only face social difficulties but also economic ones. Uh, their parents often have little formal education, which means that they only completed until básica, which means eighth grade. And in addition, many families depend on help from the government because all these, most of the students don't see education as a way to improve their lives. They just want to finish high school and start working straight away. And only a small number think about continuing their studies. On top of that, the school also has limited resources. There are 43 students in each class, which makes obviously hard for the teacher to give them enough personal attention, even though the school tries to encourage further education. The results haven't been very successful, sadly. So now let's look at Mr. Zapata, the school's English teacher, his role, and also his beliefs. So Mr. Zapata has been teaching at the school for 18 years. Unfortunately, he has very low expectations of his students. He often says that they are not motivated and they will not learn English because they even struggle with Spanish, which is their mother tongue. He also mentions that their behavior and learning difficulties make it impossible and really hard to teach them in a effectively way. Uh, so this negative attitude has a big impact on the students. According to the Pygmalion effect, which is a theory studied by Rosenthal and Jacobson, uh, teachers' beliefs can influence how well students perform in class. But if a teacher expects little, students are likely to achieve less, which is what is happening right now in this case. These beliefs are reflected in how Mr. Zapata teaches because he only focuses in basic grammar and vocabulary avoiding more complex skills like listening and speaking. And he also relies heavily on translation tools like Google Translate, which of course limits the students' exposure to real world English. So now I'm gonna leave you with my classmate Ana Provoste to continue the presentation. Ana, you muted.
I'm sorry. Hi, hello. I will be covering what will be the teaching practices and critical issues that have been created because of them. So first of all, Mr. Zapata, just like my classmate said, relies way too much on translation on Google Translate. And while it can be helpful sometimes, it doesn't allow students to immerse themselves in the language. They don't get enough practice with listening or speaking in English. Second, he focuses only on grammar and vocabulary, and this goes against the Currículo Nacional de Inglés in Chile, which encourages teaching all four language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And the third point, Mr. Zapata avoids cultural topics, saying students will not be interested. But culture is a key part of learning any language, including things like music, traditions, or even sports from English-speaking countries. This could make lessons more engaging and relevant for his students. And finally, the large class sizes and diverse needs of the students are not being addressed. Like my classmate mentioned before, this school has classes that are up to 43 that have up to 43 students per class. So Mr. Zapata is clearly struggling to cover all of their learning needs. The Política Nacional Docente recommends differentiated instruction, which means adapting lessons to fit different levels and learning styles. But like I mentioned before, unfortunately, Mr. Zapata doesn't use this approach, so many students are left behind. Next, what can be done? Recommendations for improvement so that Mr. Zapata can better his classes for his students. First will be for him to change his mindset. Mr. Zapata needs to believe in his students' ability to learn. As Carol Duke's growth mindset theory explains, when teachers encourage effort and improvement, students are more likely to succeed. Second will be to integrate all language skills. Following the enfoque comunicativo and authors like Himes, Cannell, and Swain, positive lessons should include listening, speaking, reading, and writing activities for their development. For example, students could either do a project on their daily routines where they listen to recordings or write short paragraphs and even role play conversations so that he can incentivize and stimulate his students to develop these skills. Next will be to include cultural topics. According to Vygotsky, adding cultural elements like English-speaking countries' holidays, food, or popular sports even, could make lessons more interesting. This also helps students see how English is used in real life. Next will be to adapt the lessons to his students' needs. According to the Ministerio de Educación, differentiated instruction is key for large classes. Mr. Zapata could divide students into groups based on their level and give them activities that suit their abilities. And next will be to implement the use of technology in his classes. Tools like Kahoot or Duolingo can make lessons more fun and interactive for his students. These tools also allow them to practice at their own pace, which is great for large or mixed ability classes. And last but not least is to get some professional training for Mr. Zapata. Attending workshops or taking courses on new teaching methods could help Mr. Zapata improve his strategies and even develop new ones for the necessities of his students of nowadays. The Política Nacional Docente in Chile strongly supports ongoing teacher development. And to wrap it up, this case shows how a teacher's beliefs and teaching methods can either help or hurt a student's learning processes. By believing in his students, integrating all language skills, and following Chile's Currículo Nacional de Inglés, Mr. Zapata can create a more engaging and effective learning environment. We hope that these recommendations can inspire positive changes in classrooms like this in the future. Thank you so much for listening. Next, these are the references that we base our work on, and that will be it. Thank you very much.